Hello, I'm Dr. Maury Markman from City of Hope, and I want to finish this little series on cancer clinical trials by addressing, I would argue, it's a personal perspective because there's no definitive answer to the question of why should patients consider participating in clinical trials. Well, the first answer may be outside of the realm of the scientific questions. It may be the best possible option for a patient. Experimental drug that is either been shown already in other trials, or there's very strong preclinical data to demonstrate that particular patient in front of me who's considering this trial, in fact, may very well benefit from it. So from a therapeutic perspective, now I fully appreciate the scientific question that we're trying to address in a clinical trial is science, trying to gather information that is generalizable data to inform others, the public, other cancer patients, cancer researchers, etc. But for that patient, who is the important entity in that conversation, is this potentially reasonable to you? It may help you. If the answer to that is, I believe this might be the best therapy for that patient, that is a reason to participate in a clinical trial if the patient chooses to do so. So it may very well be the best possible option. On the other hand, for another patient, even if a trial is available, it may simply, to them, not be the best possible option. The effort required, potential costs, and I'm not referring to necessarily the cost of a drug. The drugs may or may not be covered. It's certainly if they're experimental drugs, they will be covered. But still, it's the time, it's the effort. And a patient with advanced cancer, maybe how much time one has left from their perspective of spending it traveling, waiting rooms, getting blood tests. That's a very personal decision. They may not have the family support potentially necessary for all this travel support, testing that is required. That's a very personal consideration, in addition to which, once there is informed consent, which there must be when one talks about the potential toxicities, that individual patient, supported by their advisors, their families, may say, you know what? The risk is just too great to me. We don't know, but it is not a risk I want to take. Those are very personal choices. And for that patient, clinical trial may not be optional. May not be the best option. The other advantage, in my opinion, of potential participation in a clinical trial is literally the fact that it is protocol-based. And what do I mean by that? Each of the steps in the trial are spelled out, particularly issues of toxicities. Experts, either in the disease or using the drugs in question in the earlier phase trials where it's not disease specific, will be able to anticipate potential side effects, write them down, spell it out very clearly. What dose modifications should be used the next time? Should the therapy be stopped? Should the treatment be delayed? Based upon expert opinion. And therefore, your doctor, the doctor, is obviously going to use her best judgment caring for you, but they will be helped by, guided by, potentially influenced by the expertise that is spelled out in that research protocol. Again, hard to define. I couldn't even fathom a guess as to the percentage of patients who might benefit specifically from that expertise, but it's there, and it's important to note. Again, for that individual patient, they may decide, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this trial. I'm not interested in another. I'm not interested in a trial at all. But in my opinion, the option of a clinical trial is something that is important in cancer care to provide to our patients that option for participation, not a requirement, but the ability to potentially participate in a clinical trial to optimize quality of life, to improve survival, to help others in the future through their journeys, is an option I think should be available to our patients, to all cancer patients. And I thank you for your attention.